Hello from the shores of Great Salt Lake. I'm Marcel Shoup, and I'm the director of the Saline Lakes program for National Audubon Society. I'm really pleased to have the opportunity provided by friends to share with you the efforts of Audubon to conserve and protect saline lake ecosystems throughout the West.
Every year, millions of birds migrate along pathways spanning the Western Hemisphere. And on these journeys, waterfowl and shorebirds are drawn to this ecological web of saline lakes and their surrounding wetlands in the Intermountain West, where they find shelter, food, and breeding habitat. This includes Great Salt Lake, which supports some 10 million water birds representing 338 species, including a third of the global population of Wilson's phalaropes and more than 50% of the global population of American avocets. These saline lakes also support important economic, recreational, and community values, as we see along the Wasatch Front. But across the West, these saltwater habitats suffer from declining water flows, largely driven by upstream diversions, drought, and a changing climate. Places like Owens Lake, Mono Lake, and the Salton Sea in California, Lake Abert in Oregon, Lahontan Valley in Nevada, and even Great Salt Lake have experienced water declines and drying for more than a century. Ensuring this network of irreplaceable saline systems is not lost, but instead remains healthy, is imperative for all. And this depends on sound science, partnerships, community support, and on-the-ground conservation. Audubon has used science to make the case for a regional assessment and coordinated management across these lakes. Our efforts, combined with those of many others, are making progress. With tremendous support from our Great Salt Lake partners, legislation was introduced into Congress in 2020 that would have the U.S. Geological Survey lead a scientific program, along with other agencies, to assess, monitor, and benefit the hydrology of Great Basin saline lakes. Such an effort could support scientific studies to inform water management affecting Great Salt Lake. While there is no single solution for the water challenges facing Great Salt Lake or Utah, we know we'll need many tools and a commitment to changing our water habits. Recent legislation has added tools that may help, including water banking, split-season leasing, secondary water metering, and the creation of watershed councils to facilitate solutions at the basin level. Additionally, in 2019, the Utah legislature and governor adopted a resolution that recognizes the critical importance of ensuring adequate water flows to Great Salt Lake and its wetlands. In response, experts from state and local governments, as well as representatives from the brine shrimp, waterfowl, agriculture, mineral, and conservation interests, are working to develop additional recommendations for policies and studies for the lake, while still recognizing the many other needs and uses of water upstream. This effort can complement the body of reports commissioned by the Great Salt Lake Advisory Council. Audubon staff are central to our efforts around science, partnership, and conservation. Audubon scientists, including Brian Taverney, have been working with biologists John Luft and John Neal at Utah's Division of Wildlife Resources to analyze more than 2 decades of Great Salt Lake bird survey data and trends. The results of those soon-to-be-published analyses reinforce the importance of the Great Salt Lake ecosystem to millions of birds. The Audubon Gilmore Sanctuary team, Ella Sorensen and Heidi Hoven, are dedicated to science and on-the-ground conservation of shorebird habitat, as well as protecting natural areas along the southern shores of the lake. Max Malmquist, an experienced birder, is key to our Saline Lakes outreach and partnership efforts. We appreciate and want to acknowledge the many people and organizations that have been working for decades to protect birds and saline lake habitats and wetlands throughout the West, including here at Great Salt Lake.
I'd like to express our thanks to Friends of Great Salt Lake for their efforts these many years to ensure Great Salt Lake is here not only for this generation, but for generations to come. Thank you, friends.